Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm going to play some Caves of Qud again today with a new character. You know, recently spurred on by chat, I have kind of, you know, let's try this with sleep gas generation, probably cudgels, and oops, have we closed the door? Yeah. Examine, yes. Rubber gum. Okay, we're gonna pick that up. But yeah, I have a little bit of time right now, so... Oh, this is good. And that's a love injector. And that's a skulk injector. Yeah, let's get those. Painted bronze dagger. Can take a look at that, get a bit of history. We have a laborer security card. It's not high level, but I think laborer is just the red level. So much for that, but okay. Let's see, do we have... No, we have a walking stick and a bronze mace. But that's kind of it. The bronze mace is better. Oh, we have a steel warhammer. I might actually get that. Yeah. Since we're not rolling with high ego anymore, things are expensive. You know, I'll have to do something about the Twitch stuff here. Oh, neat. Yeah, these are... Travel to the historic site of the consulates of Daner and locate the historic relic at Dagatara. These are different ones actually. We got two different ones. It's not the same historic site, I think. But yeah, I need to actually get my Twitch channel kind of in order, you know? Put up some stuff about chat rules and who I am and whatever. To make everything actually kind of look like something. Not as it is now, where there's just nothing. Should probably do that. You know, set up my emotes and whatever. Since I'm affiliate, I think I can set one emote. So, need to do something about that. And also, you know, all this kind of stuff that you're supposed to do when you're streaming on Twitch. Should probably do that. Okay, let's get rid of this. Let's get the Archive quest. Do we have anything? We have this stuff. I think I'm going to stick with this stuff. Because all of this stuff might actually be alright. We have a leather armor that we obviously cannot use because we have a carapace. Yeah, forgot about that. So I'm just going to trade and get rid of the leather armor. Here we go. And yeah, let's just play the game for a bit. So yeah, after a bit of Esper playing, I got kind of frustrated with the frailty of the Esper again, and I've jumped ship again. And now, even though I kind of talked a big game about, hey, I'm going to stick with the Esper for a while now, we're going to go back to that. But spurred on by the fine folks in my chat, I have made a mutated human with physical mutations, which is something I haven't done in a long time. What are we? What do we have? We have a desert crease. Okay. Yeah, we need to get ourselves... We need to hunt ourselves some snapjaws to actually get some proper equipment going. But until then... Oh, hello, buddy. Just going to do this this way. Oh yeah, no, you're still... Oh, the bear actually went into the water to not burn anymore. Very astute of the bear. Okay. In any case, yeah, I'm just going to play with mutated human for a bit, I would say, you know? Just going to do a bit of physical mutation stuff, because that's kind of fun. So I do have, okay, I do flaming hands and gas generation, and at some point what we're going to do is we're going to get all of the oops. Yep. Oh yeah, scalding steam, there we go. We're obviously going to get a bunch of the cudgel things, which is, oh yeah, there we go, iron mace. Going to equip the iron mace. And we're going to get basic cudgel, because I think that's just 50. Yes, indeed. Let's get that. The problem with mutated human, as compared to Trukin, is also that we're getting less points, you know? So, yeah, we're gonna have to see. Can just generally get more stuff on the skill trees when you're playing a Trukin. So we're gonna have to be a bit more frugal with that. Leather cap, that is alright. Put the armor value up to 4, which is not a lot. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna make this work. Studded leather, oh no. Obviously, not gonna do that. Constantly forgetting that I have the carapace. And yeah, our other sort of little challenge here is that our AV is a bit capped. I don't know if the carapace is going to be as good as the highest tier armor, at least not tinkered, I think. And we obviously cannot wear gloves, so we cannot get our armor value as high as we would, as it would be good. Oops. So, oh no, black robes is not a back item, right? Forgot about that. Okay. Yeah. So we need to keep that stuff in mind. However, I think the mutations that we have otherwise, like the sleep gas and the flaming hands especially, they are going to, you know, I think they are nicely going to offset what they're nicely going to offset these little challenges. So let's see if we can make this work. Hello, Todd. Yeah, not many people stream this game, at least not regularly. Like, there's a few folks that do really good Caves of Qud streams. CGX streams it quite often. And otherwise it's just, you know, people who stream different kinds of stuff and then just decide to stream Caves of Qud for a bit, but it's not really... I think I'm one of the very few who regularly play this game. So there should be more, but I get why this is the case, you know. This is not... If I wanted to build up a big Twitch following, I would probably try to play different games than this. But yeah, how nice of you to show up and say hello. I think I kind of stream at weird times, usually. I think at least with the Americas, it does not really it doesn't really line up usually. All right. Okay, oh well. Me too, me too. I don't know, 12 time zones? I'm not really exactly sure about the number, but if I, for example, look at who's usually watching my videos on YouTube, it's mostly Americans, interestingly enough. You know, you kind of get some analytics about that, and yeah. Okay, I do have the sun veil. I'm going to keep the sun veil. Let's go further down. And I think the prevalence of Americans in my audience is mostly due to, you know, me streaming in English, and just demographically, there's a lot of Americans. So, yeah, I think that will. I think there's nothing about Caves of Qud that appeals specifically to Americans or something. I would hazard a guess. But I don't know. I have no idea about these kinds of things. Leather moccasins don't really do anything. I'm just going to put them on because you don't want to cross that water, don't you? That's weird. I don't know why. Okay. So rest up. And continue. Oh yeah, attribute point. I should maybe spend my points. I'm not... Yeah. I don't know. It's a Monday. And luckily, I have the day off, which is fantastic. That means I can be streaming right now. But still. You know, and having the Monday off is just fantastic. But I still got the Monday brain inertia. I think my brain at this point is just hardwired to that. But yeah, the cool thing about not so many people streaming Caves of Qud, or doing videos about it, is that for me, who has not exactly a following, it's kind of easy for people to find my stuff. You know? There's actually people... You know, there's a probability of people actually finding my channel, and like people who actually do want to watch this game. As few as there are. You know, there's no giant channels streaming the same thing, stuff like that. I don't know. Whatever. I just play this because I like it. It's my favorite game. Hello, Salt Hopper. No. So, you need to be on fire, my friend. We're going to do a little cat and mouse thing. Here we go, level 4. Mutation point, flaming hands. This is kind of the cool thing about this, is we're just rapidly going to increase these mutations, and they're going to become pretty good. I'm going through waterlogged tunnels. I'm just starting out with this character, going deep down with a starting character is not a good idea, I think. This is going to... I'm going to do the underground thing and going down and down and down and down. But later. Once we have actually got a few levels under our belt and once we have more than 39 health. I think for this character, like going much further than 5 would be a bad idea at this point. Flaming bronze mace. Yeah, we might actually be able to give that to Argive. I don't know if this actually counts now, but we're gonna see. But yeah, I'm just doing the red rock thing. Come on, what am I doing? I traded with the chest. That was what was going on here. Cool movement speed and drag and hook build. And where you found 3 helping hands hologram force bracelets to get a start. And then lose all of this. Yeah. Just accept that the character is going to die and you're going to lose all of this. That's just gonna happen. Just roll with it. It's fine. You're going to have another good run. There's one thing I've learned in my, I don't know, 6 years of playing Caves of Qud, it is, do not get too attached to a character. You know, it can be kind of a bummer when you have really good stuff, you know? When you, I don't know, get full Zetachrome, your longsword character, have the Vibro Khopesh, all this kind of stuff, which is pretty much the dream for a melee character. Not exclusively, but it's really good for certain things. And then you die. The first time I had that... Oh yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the biggest struggle in the game, right? The early game, never been to the real mid game. It's just, I can't just give the same advice I always give. It is, what you need to do is you need to always be ready to not fight. Like, always be ready to not engage. It's like on Twitter. Like, getting good about this game has a lot to do... I hate the get good stuff, but it really has a lot to do with deciding when to not press forward. And the game is so large that there's always like a billion other things you could be doing as well. And yeah. Like, I've gotten pretty good at that stuff, usually. I got pretty consistent. For the long time I had the problem that, you know, the mid-game was kind of fucking me up. Like, the post-Golgotha stuff. I usually just... Oh shit. Oh dear, that could be bad. Okay, there's some Kindle thumbing going on here. Yeah, there's a Snapjaw boss. Yeah, that was kind of my biggest problem for the longest time. But now I'm actually better at getting past this. I don't know. I've been getting pretty consistent in going to the later game. Save for, you know, the usual few runs where you just, I don't know, die shortly after Red Rock because, yeah. But these almost don't count, you know? Oh god, it's all scalding steam everywhere. Yeah, see? Something like that. It's... I could maybe... I think I would probably be able to fight this battle. You know, I could probably fight this battle. But I think it is kind of better to just go in, pick at them a little bit. And it's, you know, it's just Snapjaws. But still, this early in the game, a Snapjaw boss can actually murder you. It's not... So how are we doing? Injured, okay. Yeah, getting Glot in Golgotha is a classic. You just have to do that. Do the disease thing. So my advice for Golgotha would be, in the jungle there's these goatfolk sowers, you know, with that throw the seeds at you, the really annoying ones. Murder them, get those sower seeds, and have about 20 when you go down there, because you can use that to destroy the sludge. That's down there. And that actually works quite well. Because the sludge is what gives you the diseases. And also, eat something with honey in it beforehand. That will make you more resistant to diseases. You need to have the one that actually adds plus something to saves versus disease. That's the stuff that you need. So you need to cook with honey. You know? And usually, with that, you can get through it without contracting anything nasty. It can still happen, you know? Like the RNG can still be against you. But there are some precautions that you can take. Also, when you're going down on the conveyor belts, just wait a little for the sludge to go away. You don't need to step on it, actually. Just find a few safe spots where you're not getting pelted by the stuff, by the vents who shoot at you. And just wait for the nasty stuff to go away. I don't know which, and also not all of the sludge stuff give you diseases. I think it's... Oh no, there's another one. I think it's the black one that does it. Or the brown one. Not quite sure. I think the green one just poisons you, which isn't that bad, because it's not permanent. Disliked by highly entropic beings. Disliked by nearly sentient being. And by the Church of the Scroll Waker. Yeah, right. Also, that helps cure for diseases. Keep an eye on the message window. If you contract something, I think it says that something splashes into your mouth or something like that. And if you see that, just eat a yuckweed or eat some honey immediately. You know, just do that whenever. Like if you do it pretty much immediately. Like even if I don't see it, I just drink some honey directly when I go down. I think that actually works if you do it quickly. You know, stuff like that. Oh yeah, take some yuckweed with you. Yuckweed is actually surprisingly hard to come by. I feel like it was more common in earlier builds of the game. But that also helps. I think that works if you take it quickly. Works against diseases. Yeah, Glottal is just annoying. Yeah, I don't pick up a lot of stuff because you are going to have all the currency. You don't need to pick up all the crap, actually. Like, by the time you're finding the better caravans and stuff, you really don't need that stuff. There's like a few things that will give you just tons of money. Like once you find artifacts, like going to the historic sites and finding artifacts, the ones that you don't need, they are worth a lot. Books are really good. Like some historic sites will have a lot of bookshelves, and there will be a lot of like the procedurally generated books, the ones that are not yellow. Like each one of these is worth like 30 to 40 or something like that, and they only weigh 1 pound. So I would advise to just go for good weight to value ratio, because hoarding in this game is just stressful, because you're gonna have a full inventory either way, and you don't need all of this stuff. The thing about like money in this game is that it is really not hard to come by. Like it's really easy to get filthy rich. So like you're never really running out of water, because there's so much in this game that is worth a ton. Usually in the early game here I just pick up the... Sometimes I pick up all the daggers, because the daggers just weigh 1. So the ratio is pretty alright with that, but I usually just pick up the trade goods and the bracelets and like copper nuggets. Copper nuggets are also pretty alright, but at some point you were just going to have a big stack of copper nuggets and get rid of them. Like, don't be precious about money in this game. It's never an issue, almost never. Automatically jumped in a hole. Yeah, the shafts. You cannot get back out, yeah, in the caves until you got killed on the lower levels. Yeah. I spent actually, like, at some point I spent a few real-time hours in the underground, not finding a way up anywhere. It's always fun when that happens. Yeah, be careful about shafts. Usually, like on the historic sites, there will be a ladder somewhere. I think it's never really... I think that has never happened to me. Like, even if you have a shaft, there's probably on the map where you drop down, there's also going to be a ladder. Yeah. I think that's how the procedural generation works. It will never have... If you can't find the ladder, it's probably going to be behind a wall or something, and you have to dig a bit. Like in a room behind a wall. A nearby screen's not that, but on that screen. Like on the map itself. I think there are no dungeons with no way up. Or, you know, you got really unlucky. That might also be. And yeah, got a procedural generation bug. And things were terrible. That might also be the case. But usually that doesn't happen. Like, if you don't find the ladder, it's probably going to be somewhere. Cool thing is, that like a longer time ago, I haven't played with flaming hands in a long time, but the scalding steam, if enemies are getting killed by the steam, that also counts as a kill for you. So we're actually getting the experience from that. That used to be not the case at some point, I remember. But now it is, and that's good, so we can actually make use of that. We just need to be careful not to murder ourselves with it, because steam, super deadly in this game. I don't know if this is a commentary on whatever that might be. Some kind of meta commentary, I don't know. But that was always the case, even in the pre-Steam days of this game. Alright. And we can actually go up here. But we're just going to do the waterlogged tunnel in the traditional way. Get the Gershling, get back out. We are level 6 now, that is kind of alright. And I forgot to spend a mutation point. I think we're just going to work our way through the cudgel tree for now. Now we have conch. Yeah, we can keep that on free. That's nice. level 7. Neat. Carapace to 4. So, yeah, we actually have 5 AV from that now. That's neat. Cudgel. Okay, cannot really get any more of that. Charging would actually be good, so I might get that. Let's get tactics. How much do I have left? 96. Also need to get the cooking and gathering stuff. Always have cooking and gathering. I think I'm never going to play a character where I don't max out the cooking and gathering tree. Like having Spicer and Carbide Chef is so useful. Even if it might not seem that way, but you know, especially for stuff like Golgotha. Just being able to have these buffs, super useful. Also in the later game, you will have to go to, mandatorily, as part of the main quest, to a big, huge-ass fungus forest. Oh yeah. Temporal Fugue clone with chain guns, that is trouble. That is trouble. If you do Temporal Fugue, also be careful about having grenades. They will just... They do not care about you being in the firing line. They will just... They will screw you up. Like, if you do Temporal Fugue, you really need to think about what you are carrying around, because... I think I've never died to a chain gun before, but I blew myself up with that. Like, especially once you have like a lot of clones. Once you have like 5 clones or something and everybody shoots. And you just get essentially one shot in one turn by everybody, because all of them throw their stuff. It's super fun when that happens though. But pity about the character. GG, I would say. GG. Okay, alright. Nullworm cracked the Nullworm skull. No. No. I don't like the get good stuff. The most important thing is that you're enjoying playing this game. That's it. Okay, Flaming Hands, let's get that. Yeah, this is quickly getting there. We're gonna get Charge. I think charging is going to be pretty good, especially combined with the sleep gas generation. That was a tip I got in my recent stream from someone in the chat, so thank you to them. But what did I want to say? Yeah, the sleep gas is actually pretty neat, because the ones that are close to you, they're going to fall asleep, and the ones that are further away, they're going to try to not be in the sleep gas, and you yourself are immune to it, so you can actually charge through it and get some good hits in. Like, I think the sleep gas might be a really good defensive maneuver. Okay, I think it's not a Rasta Saiyan, it's just bloody, yeah. I think you don't get early Rasta Saiyans here. Also something that used to be the case. Like, you could run into Rusticians at this stage. Went for a physical starting build, but with precognition. Okay, reroll for mental mutations. That's actually a good idea, yeah. Stats in 20 to 25. Maxed out axe tree. Tank, god with light manipulation and fugue, tinker with serrated axe. It was your dream, yeah. If you do that, you know, like if you have huge light manipulation and temporal fugue, if you try to use the temporal fugue, I would just make sure that you don't have chain guns equipped. Like really that stuff. Like be careful about AoE stuff. And if the just stick with the light manipulation. If the clones just use that, that's going to be massive damage. If you have like 6 or 7 clones who all just fire away with light manipulation, that's massive damage, and that's enough, you know. Adrenal control, never fall asleep. That's also pretty awesome. But I guess why they, I get why they nerfed that. That's almost broken, you know. Remember the old days? Yeah, face of a mimic gives you +2 ego instead of 1. Yeah, indeed. Like there's some, you know, the faces of stronger stuff give you higher ego. I think your own face also gives you 2 ego, by the way. But yeah, that sounds like a fun run. But temporal fugue and AoE. You know, it's a learning experience. But here also like higher level bosses, if you manage to slice their face off, they will also give you, that will also give you +2 ego. You know, talking about it like broken shit back in the day, remember when the short blade tree was different and rejoinder just ruled everything? So what you could do was take 4 arms, have short blades and everything, and just rejoinder everything to death. Like it was just a passive automatic thing where whenever an enemy missed, you just got a hit in. So you would just get your dodge value up a lot, and then you would get a hit in, I think, with every weapon that you're carrying, or I think it counted per arm or something like that. It was a long time ago, but you would just stand in the middle of a crowd of enemies, and it would just be rejoinder everywhere. Like the whole screen would be full. And yeah, no, it's actually rejoinder has been once per turn. See, that's the thing. Once per turn when an opponent misses you with their melee attack. So if 6 opponents attack you and 5 of them miss, you still just get one attack, because it's once per turn. So it doesn't work anymore. And the reason why that doesn't work anymore is because it was hyper overpowered. Like in the pre-Steam days, in the ASCII days, you could just roll around with that. You know, it was still not a guarantee. It was still not, because of how the game works, you would still get killed by something terrible. Because also what we talked about last time I streamed, like the dodge value problem still applied, you know? You would still just get murdered by something terrible. Doesn't help you once you get charged by a Rhinox, is what I'm saying. But still, that was pretty fun. And I get why it was nerfed, because it was almost kind of exploit territory. And with the adrenal control and the sleep gas, seems to Seems to be a pretty similar thing. There's a slumberling there. We're going to leave that slumberling alone. We're not yet in the condition to fight slumberlings. So, I mean, level 8. No, not at level 8. We're not going to attack the slumberling. Problem with that is that we're going to take way too much damage, and it's going to wreck our shit, as we say in German. No, we don't. What do we have? Floating. I just have a fist in my other hand. I could just... You know what? Why not? Flaming Nullworm. Yeah, just the basic red rock stuff. I think we kind of got over the initial early hump, so that is good. So, yeah. Let's see where we can take this. Level 9. I think we're just going to pour that into strength. It's probably the best idea. Carapace at 5. That is good. So our AV is going to get there. Still think it's probably not going to hold up with the high level stuff. I'm not sure, but I think it doesn't. Like a tinkered Zetachrome armor is going to be better than maxed out Carapace. But still, it's okay. I've not seen that mod, no. I'm still not playing with mods. I don't know. I feel like there's still so much in the vanilla game that I have to find and explore, even after... I don't know what the Steam count says. I think I have about 400 hours in the game. That I have not really yet played with mods. Like, if I do it, I would make it like a different playlist or something like that. I mean, there's some really good... There are some really good mods. Big horns and double muscled. Could make yourself look like a goat folk, yeah? A great folk? Goat folk? Great folk is also good. All right. You know, that was a Freudian slip. But a good Freudian slip. Indeed. Remember the one time I talked to Mammon not Mammon Soul Drinker, but the Warden Indrix. Yeah, right. And you can insult him, and he will get hostile. And I kind of know that, but I just mashed through the dialogue, which is a bad idea. Don't do that. And yeah. The meek shall inherit the earth. Who hasn't seen the jungles of Qud? Yeah. I don't know. Generally not a fan of social Darwinism, but I guess that might be true. In the world of the game, at least. Okay. North. I think we should be there. Yeah, here we are. Okay. Again, I'm going to get the Dreadroot tubers. Because we need those to forge self-injectors. We do not have harvestry yet, but maybe we can get a few by destroying the dread roots. Alright, get the Gershling corpse. Got the Gershling corpse, but I don't think... I did not get the quest. Whatever, it's fine. We can do it. Yeah, the flaming hands are getting pretty good. You know, now that we're at 5. Let's get cooking and gathering. We already have harvestry. Oh. Huh. Oh yeah, this character probably starts out with harvestry. This character class. Oh, that's neat. Burn, 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 burn. Thank you very much. Yay, harvest those tubers. Probably just going to deposit them somewhere in Joppa. And then we can... Maybe we can actually get a salve injector data disk. It's a useful thing to have. Yeah, let's steam that up. Indeed. You know, going to the sauna, not really a thing in Caves of Qud. It would just kill you immediately. Yeah, more dreadroots? No. Okay. Fractured microchip. Dreadroot. Oh, there's tuber. Take it. Good. And we're just going to go back. I'm not going to take the overland way back. Not interested in fighting my way through a bunch of snapjaws. To be quite honest. Okay. Let's go. Up. Hey, what are you doing here? Up. Up. And here we are. So let's get the quest and hand it in immediately. I was clever enough not to do it. I'm in search of work. Accept quest. Can we... I wonder if we can do it or if we need to go back again. Oh no, we can do it. Right. Nice. I think we did not get the experience for actually going to Red Rock, but that's fine. That's fine. We're hungry, so let's eat some apple mats. And we're going to preserve our food. Yay. Good. Going to go to Archive. Hello, buddy. Give a knick-knack. So what do we have? Well, a weird artifact. Okay. I want to know what the weird artifact is. We have 2 weird artifacts. I think I broke it. Oh no. It's probably a grenade. So Archive, do you want to have a broken weird artifact? No. Does not want the broken one. So, buddy, Archive. Will you repair that for me? 5 drams of water, yeah, that's fine. So, let's examine it again. Fix, oh no, that's the fix it spray foam. Oh dear. Oh dear, yeah, right, sure, no. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to unequip the flaming bronze mace, because whatever, right? And you can have it. Okay, weird wire conduit. There we go. Let's see, buddy, recycling suit. I sold that to you. Glow sphere. Glow spheres, actually. I could actually get the glow sphere because it's better than the night vision. And for now we're only using one cudgel. I think I'm going to go with the glow sphere. We might switch to two-handed clubs later on. This maybe? Yeah, that should work. Let's see, is that enough? Is the stuff that we have enough? Yeah, I mean this is enough, definitely. Gershling corpse. There's that crease. Oh yeah, credit wedge. Also a good currency item. And we obviously have the beater bracelets and stuff. You know what? Let's not go with that. Let's go with the copper nuggets. Maybe one beater bracelet so that we have a bit of water. Yes, okay. So let's use the steel warhammer and have the glow sphere. Yeah, the physical night vision mutation is not very great. It's not as good as the cybernetic night vision thing. So we're gonna glow sphere it up. Okay, let's see. What are we doing? Okay, so the historic site is due north. You know what? We're just going to quickly do the rust wells first. There's corpses here, but I think they're just... It's just because it's a tar biome. Okay. Let's go on foot for a bit. Oh, well, we shouldn't. I should just do overland travel. We're gonna be lost anyways, but whatever. With dominate in a town and carry the security card. Oh yeah, that's good. That's awesome. You know, cool stuff can just happen. Okay, let's take a look around. See if we can find that wire strand quickly. Cool thing about Flaming Hands is it's an easy way to get rid of the kudzus without having our stuff rusted all the time. I don't know. Now you're putting me on the spot. Like a lot of weird shit has happened. Oh, I'm frozen solid. But now that you're asking, I'm blanking. You know that effect? I don't know. Probably not a good storyteller. What was the last weird thing that happened? Jeez. Yeah. If I come up with something, I'm going to tell you. Where is the entrance? Oh, down there. Oh, nope. I think I got probably all of my stuff rusted. No, I didn't. The musket? Yeah, I got my musket rusted. Gosh dang it. I wasn't planning really on using the musket, but still. Let's go down. The whole town was a slime mother? Wow. Yeah. There used to be a thing where, I don't know if that is still the case, that would just happen once in like 100 runs or something, when the warden would be immediately hostile to you, either to you or even to Mehmet. So you just start the game and everything is just a massacre immediately. With the Mehmet thing was also kind of it's kind of fun because you need to get the quest from him, right? The Red Rock quest. And problem is, once he's frozen in an ice block, because the warden always has like the freezing hands, I think. But once Mehmet is frozen in an ice block, you cannot talk to him, right? But if you have telekinesis, you can. So is doomed to be murdered inside an ice block, but he will give you, he's still concerned about the water vines and give you that quest. I think that was just a thing with the, you know, with the faction reputations being funky at the start, and then all hell breaks loose. What am I doing? Did I pick up the thing? Probably. Do I have 2? Yes, I do. Hey, segmented mirthworm. Always good to find them at the start. But it was only 1. Oh no, there we go. Ah, neat. Let's take them out. And it's a good amount of experience. In the Steam version I have almost 400, which isn't that large in the grand scheme of things, but I've played the game a bunch before that, before it came to Steam, you know, before you could buy it. There was that extended period of time where the game was not actively being developed because they were making other games. Like Sproggywood. And it was when it was still free. I don't know how much that was, but yeah, 400 in Steam. Well, that's at least what the Steam counter says. Don't know how accurate that is, but I think it is pretty accurate. Wow, there's a lot of mirthworms here. That's awesome. Just fry ourselves some mirthworms. Okay, flaming hands, obviously. Butchery, yes. Spicer, yes. Okay. Carapace generally better than quills. I mean, it just does something different, right? Carapace is essentially just natural armor. I've never really played that much with Carapace, to be quite honest, because again, like you don't need to worry about finding armor, at least body armor, but the body armor that you can find will in the end up being, I think, higher AV as the Carapace can get. So it's kind of a trade-off. But then again, you need to find that stuff, right? And in order to find that stuff, you need to go to like level 30 underground, almost. Or like over level 25 underground. That's when you start finding the Zetachrome stuff. And, you know, it starts getting really, really tough down there. So, yeah. Like not having to do that for at least your armor could be kind of neat. And, you will have, like, it's probably really helpful for sort of the early to mid game, because, you know, it's probably tough to get. It's probably tough to get something with as high an AV at this point in the game. Yeah, I don't use mods. This is actually, the stuff that I'm using here is the overlay UI. But only parts of it, I don't use everything. So I use the overlay message log and the overlay status bar. Just these, you know? Like, don't enable the overlay user interface elements, that means you get a lot of overlay stuff that I don't really like, but I like the status bar and the message log. You know, because it doesn't obscure so much of the screen compared to the other one. Oops. Famished. Already have a camp nearby. Where's the camp? There it is. Light it. Oops. Light it, extinguish it immediately. Good. Preserve your fresh foods. What do we have? We have vine wafer, we have lava. Should we cook with lava? Maybe not. Yeah, that's not a good one. Whatever. Default alternating side status bar, yeah. Yeah, I used to play with that for a pretty long time, but at some point I just switched. That was initially kind of a video consideration, you know? That was before I was actually streaming. That was before, yeah, that was before I was streaming. When I was just uploading to YouTube. And I found this to just work better on video, so that was the main reason. And now I just got used to it, you know? I kind of got used to having the bars up there and down there. I don't know, it's just how I play now. Oh, that was actually a Rastasayan. Still a good pun. I respect a good pun name. Sploosh. Okay. Able to see more information at once, yeah. It is. It's alright. Yeah, and I just kind of got used to the map not being obscured. I think that's the main thing. Now, whenever, like, I went back to try it at some point. I think when I set up my computer, like I did a fresh install of Windows and all this kind of stuff, reinstalled the game, and it didn't have the settings. But I couldn't go back to having the map obscured. It was just not gonna, yeah, I don't know. It's one of these things where it's hard to go back. Alright, so Argive, you need to rid me of some of these wires. Take the wire, please, take it from me. Here we go. Erythromites. Farewell, Argive. Farewell. Until next time, when my reincarnation is going to show up at your door. My carapace is cracked. That's unpleasant. So we don't have a missile weapon anymore, because our musket got rusted. Many other roguelikes before Qud? Yeah. Like I played a lot of, so when I was growing up, like buying games wasn't really a thing. Like buying like boxed full price games. I did have some stuff, like usually what came in magazines and on shareware CDs and so on. And so I did play a lot of stuff that was free, and roguelikes usually came free back then. And obviously like NetHack, I played a bunch of NetHack. But I played it kind of too early to really understand how NetHack works. So I never really got good at it. I never really understood sort of about the, you know, the Ascension kit. Like in NetHack you have to do really specific stuff to be able to actually win the game. And I never really got behind that. I actually did play a lot of Rogue itself. Like a lot of like classic Rogue, like the PC version for DOS. With the ANSI graphics. I really like Rogue. I still really do like Rogue because it's so simple but so fun. I played some Larn, you know, like just a bunch of the classic roguelikes, I guess. Larn is cool. I should play some Larn again. Like, you know, the 80s stuff or the early 90s stuff. And just if you like just command line roguelikes. There's a newer one called Frozen Depths that I really liked. which is sort of it's a command line roguelike that has sort of an ice theme, so you have to, it's just like a single dungeon one, where you go down a single dungeon, but you have to kind of manage your temperature. I really like that one. I should actually play that again at some point. What else? What else did I play? No, I played some Tome, some Adom. But none of them I really got into that much before Qud. Like, Tome was always so fiddly to me. Okay, I still don't... Like, Tome is so awesome, it's such an amazing game, like all the stuff that is in it and so on. But I don't like playing it. I don't like controlling it. Like the just sort of the user interface of the modern Tome, right? What you can buy on Steam, for example. Like, I've bought the game 3 times. Like, I registered it back in the day before it was on Steam. I bought it on Steam, and I think I also have it on GOG. I don't know. And I respect the hell out of that game, but it's just so, I don't know. I don't like controlling it. But I don't really have a problem with, like, I play old roguelikes where, you know, you have different keys for putting on armor and wearing and wielding weapons, right? Where you have an extra key for taking off armor. You can't just put in something else and take the other thing off. Where just the whole keyboard, I don't have a problem with that, but Tome just grates me for some reason. Like, it's something about the graphical user interface that I just can't do. Okay, let's see. What are we going to do? Are we going to go to the... Yeah, we're going to go to the first historic site because it's so close. The first one is usually not super tough, so let's just walk there. Oh, and we're getting dropped down next to a turret immediately. Are you hostile? Yes, you are, because you are part of the cult. Okay, let's just get done with it. I've never played Cataclysm, by the way. I think I would really enjoy Cataclysm. I generally tend to enjoy individual keys for most. I can deal with that. That's not really a problem. Usually, like in a day or two, yeah, sure, definitely. I usually have a ramp up, you know. But I generally can deal with that fine. It's just... Oh, I don't know. Cheat sheet, yeah. That helps, definitely. One thing that is... Oh no, a beat of bracelet got destroyed. No! Usually these games kind of have similar conventions on what they use for what, you know? Except for the things that aren't similar, and then they trip you up. No stats and gear. Yeah. Sounds like a roguelike to me. Does Cataclysm have... Yeah. Does Cataclysm have many survival elements? I tend to gravitate more to roguelikes that are not too sort of survival game based. But, you know, they all have elements of survival games, but, you know, like Unreal World is another game that I have a lot of respect for, but I can't really get into, and that's sort of, I think that's just kind of the survival management thing. Food, liquid, water conditions, important early on. Okay, yeah, that's enough, that's fine. Oh nice, there's a cybernetics thing. Which you cannot use, but whatever. Let's take a look at it. Oh, it used to not be that. It used to... You used to only be able to... oh, I really like that. Okay, so Alan Rickwoman says, speaking of survival, they wish you couldn't magically materialize food by scavenging at a campfire. So, food used to work completely differently. Food used to be a maintenance task, right? It used to be something that you have to, you know, you have to actually scrounge for food and you have to eat the stuff that you have in your inventory. And you would just usually run around with like 50 pounds of food because you needed that stuff to, yeah. And it did not have the buff stuff. And what they did was move it further away from like a survival mechanic to a buff mechanic. So make it a tool and not a maintenance thing. And I think the game is way better for it. I like that you can magically materialize food. Because anyways, you will always have food, right? Like once you got a few ingredients, you never do the magical materializing. So I don't think it would actually be... It would actually do that much. But yeah. Maybe it would be better for the metaphor of the game, I grant you that, but I actually think it's kind of great that they did that. You know, they got away from the idea of the food clock as a punitive matter. As a... Yeah, you're right. Maybe there's a balance there, but it may be just that I think it's so much better in now than it was before that, before the food revamp. Yeah, it was actually rather clever to rethink the food mechanic. I think it used to be just an overhang from the food clock that old roguelikes have, you know, that Rogue has. Cataclysm has trained skills by using them, yeah. A lot of games kind of do that, don't they? Already have a camp nearby. Where's my camp? I don't know. There it is. World progresses as time goes on. I like that, but it also stresses me out. I always think that I take too much time and then... I need to actually get myself some good food. I don't really have... Speaking of that, I don't really have any good things here. You know, I like the world progressing, but it stresses me out. I'm generally someone who does not play fast. Like even in turn-based games, I take my time, I look at stuff, and if you have sort of a time progression with the world state progressing, it just stresses me out. But still, it's cool. Right? It's cool. It's not good for my mental well-being while playing the game. Okay, let's go down. There seems to be a decent historic site to explore. I think we can make this work. Also, since we have Mecanimus, that means we get a lot of books out of it. That is always good. I'm going to probably pick up a few canticles on the way. Okay, let's have a bit of a... create a bit of a choke point here. Bloody Canticles Chromaic. Yeah, let's desecrate them. Okay, I think I got poisoned there. Come on, rest up. No, cannot because of a dog. Cannot rest because of a dog. That's the way the world works. Okay. Oh, hello. We're already here. So that's the boss. Disliked by the villagers of Kiakukia. Okay. I hated by some other villagers. Generate some of that sleep gas. I don't have a cudgel equipped? Why do I have a flaming dagger? What the hell am I doing even? Jeez. Stunned. Stun and bludgeon. Sleeping, stunned, flaming and bludgeoned. That's just a shitty way to go out. Let's wait for a bit until all this stuff is gone. Okay. Weird artifact. Here we go. The Philosophical Rapture Nathrium gift. So it's still that, yeah. But what is it? What does this do? This is a cudgel. It's just... when power discharges a clockwork beetle friend on hit, drains cell power quickly. That's fun. And inhaling acid vapor, but that acid vapor was... I think that was a mutation that they themselves had. What has no cap? Infinite followers. Yeah, neat. That's cool. So once we get a few chem cells going, we might actually put that into our side hand. And more quests and continue the story, right. I mean, they're currently doing that, right? Isn't it like the Tomb of the Eaters stuff? I think that is going to be the next main quest thing. Wool kilt. And a weird artifact. Let's take a look at that. Normality gas grenade, okay. And a bloody weird artifact. That's an electrified iron battle axe. Not really interested in that. Purple chest for for your town stashes. Oh yeah, that makes sense. That's a good idea. I think I'm going to do that. You can actually... I tend to be kind of... What's the opposite of a snob? I just throw all my stuff into one of the buildings. I'm not really an aestheticist when it comes to that. I'm going to take a quick break because I need to take 2 minutes or something, and then I'm going to be back. Nope, they cannot. All the stuff you drop in Joppa is going to be there forever. Or elsewhere, essentially. But, you know, villages and Joppa, it's good for you to... I usually have a stash in Joppa and one in Gridgate. Okay. See you in a minute. Okay. Empty tent in the stilt to store excess water from trades. Yeah, that makes sense. Oops, no, that's the wrong one. This one.